Hello. Hey guys, looks like we are live. So, welcome guys to the stream. I think Chris is just finishing up. So, we'll give it a couple minutes here and go ahead and go from there. So, let me just do one thing real quick. Alright. So, we're back. And, tag massive. Okay. We've got TM Aquatics here. I got Susan from SLC Aquatics, William Jansen, Chewy. Thanks, Chewy. Hey, Candy. Glad you can make it. Here. Here. Hold on. I'm getting some water.
Oh my god, this water is disgusting.
Sorry about that, guys.
This will be our last week to be able to come in.
And
next Tuesday is our first day of school.
And those are the slime doctors in case you missed it. Sorry about that. Alright. So, lurk mode for Turbofish. V-Stag's here. Pam's here. Select Pet is here as well. Sorry about the meds, Big D Smoke. Alright, so it's been a tough week here in the old barn. I guess the way to put it lightly, we've had it's been the 4 days of the leaking tanks. So had a lot of leaking fish tanks. Plywood tank was leaking Sunday night. I started filling it up. Basically busted the back seam of it. But that's fixed now. But before that, when we were doing the live stream Tuesday night, I noticed a little bit of water underneath. So we're talking, I guess, kind of about the bad and the ugly at this point. So basically, the discus tank was leaking as well. So we were doing the live stream going through, and the next thing you know, I saw some water underneath right behind me here, and the tank there was leaking as well. So not a good situation at all. So I was able to drain the discus, ended up moving them over to the Severums. They did okay in there for a while, and then from there, they kind of got along, sort of. I mean, the discus were kind of pushed up to the top of the tank, but it did work out in the short term. But the discus are done. They're back in their tank. They're good to go. So I'm going to switch the camera here real quick, and we'll show you. These are the cichlids, but we will show you the discus here in just a second. I'm going to wheel you guys around this way. Show you some algae, but this is the, I sort of redid the aquascape in here. This tank is really scratched up, so unfortunately it doesn't film very well. But there's the discus tank. I got the big piece of driftwood in here now. There are the discus and the 8 million scratches. So that's kind of what happened to the discus tank. We'll flip you guys back over to the cichlids for a minute. And then, let's see, back to that. All right, so that was the kind of the bad, but I will talk to you guys a little bit about the good as well. I decided Saturday before the disaster broke out that to go to the fish store. I had a $50 gift certificate. Honestly, I was just going to buy some bloodworms, but worked out that basically Yeah, so could you guys not hear me when I turned around? I'll have to turn the audio on the phone then. So, uh, was going to the fish store. I was just gonna buy some bloodworms. I had a $50 gift certificate that I won at the MBI conference. So I was kind of just poking around. Was thinking about maybe getting some green chromis for the saltwater tank. It's looking a little light at the moment, but decided to. I ended up finding a spawning pair of angelfish, and as you guys know, I do like to breed fish, so it's something that I really couldn't pass up. They weren't cheap, but I did buy the bloodworms, and I did get the discus or the angelfish. So I'm going to show you guys those as well. So let me just flip it around again here. And then if you guys can still hear me, those are the angelfish. So that's the breeding pair of angels. Alright, flip you guys back over there. You guys back over here. Sorry for the camera. Oh, I didn't show them to you. Hello. Helps if I switch the scene. Let's try that again. So, here are the angelfish. So, they got the slate here, got the jungle valve in here. Found a different place to move the planties that were in here too. So they've got this 37-gallon cube all to themselves. So hopefully we can get them spawning again. Set back up for you. All right. Let's go back there. All right. Yeah, I forgot to move the camera, Candy. Scott said 19 on. Hit the like button, so definitely like, subscribe, hit the notification bell and all of that stuff. I did try to get the store to sell me the Hey JH, how's it going? Actually, it's reminded me of something. I forgot to do the plug, I guess, so I'll do that in just a minute. But I was trying to get the I don't want to say. Sorry. It's been a long day. I just got home literally about 40 minutes ago. Drove all the way to Indiana for a supplier for work. So it's been a long day. So if I'm a little slow tonight, please bear with me. It's been basically spent probably about 8 hours in the car or so. Left at 7, got back at 8. It's just kind of one of those days. I was going to say though. I tried to get them to sell me the slate, but they didn't want to sell it to me, which is fine. It's their prerogative. But, oh, no, there's no more. The water's just the filtration, Pam. So, just one second. I'll show it to you. I'll flip the camera back for just a second here. And we'll go to the screen share again, and I will show you. The water is coming from here. So this is the water sound you're hearing. So this is the my sump for all of the cichlid tanks. So that's where you're probably hearing water from. But thankfully not leaking. So I'll put you guys back over here. No, I've heard that sound enough for a while. The worst sound that I think is out there, actually is worse than the water sound, is the pump, the dry pump sound. I mean, I honestly, when the fish were in the house, like I could walk in the house and like immediately like know something was wrong just by the sound. So definitely something that's very how do I put it? That always got me unnerved was the dry running pump sound. That actually drives me more nuts than the leaking water sound. But we're all kind of getting things together here. Sunday I did film my adventure with the plywood tank. I figured it was a good exercise to kind of show, how you handle an emergency. Like when you're in the moment, sometimes it gets frustrating. You want to finish it all at once, and literally I had to like get the fish settled and literally walk away, and then basically, once I was kind of out of the problem, I was able to kind of think more clearly and find a better solution for it. So Connor Sings is here. How's it going? So let me go ahead now and do the plug that I was going to do. So I will be at Aquashella in Chicago, but I will only be there on Sunday, Saturday night and Sunday. So basically, I'll probably get there just as the show closes on my daughter's got a birthday party. So basically, I've got to do that thing first, and then from there, I'm gonna hit Aquashella. Like I'll probably get there. My guess is I'll probably leave here 3 o'clock, and then. Hey Chris, how's it going? And then probably get there about 6 or 7. It's about 4 or 5 hours, depending on the traffic over to Chicago. So I'll be there on. I'll probably be able to do dinner on Saturday, but I just need to be able to contact somebody to know where we're at. So I will be there. Detroit to Chicago, 4 or 5 hours, depending on the trip. And then also I will be going to the Aquatic Experience as well. I did book the hotel the other night. So it's definitely, that's going to be a long trip. It's 11 hours from Detroit to New Jersey. I was debating about A, whether to go or not, and B, the plane ticket, but decided to drive it again. And I am going to stay through Sunday and leave Monday. I figured that's going to be a better option. Just because it's, I tried driving back Sunday in the middle of the day, and I got home at 11 o'clock at night. Was super tired. It just wasn't a really good thing for me. So Scott, you definitely have to go to Aquashella. Actually, it's kind of funny. Scott kind of mentioned this. I'm going to tell a little bit of a story. Scott saying he didn't want to go alone. I'll put it back on me for just a minute here, or we'll do this or that one. All right, we're gonna do that. We'll give you guys something to look at other than me. Actually, the first freshwater fish show I went to, I actually did go alone. It was in, Chris, that would be a haul for you. That's more than a day, I think, for you to Chicago. So, so the first freshwater fish show I went to was the American Live Bear Association meeting in Grand Rapids. And basically, this was before I knew anybody. I didn't know Corey. I didn't know Joel. I didn't know Joel, JH Aquatics. I almost said Joel again. It was Joseph. Scott, I didn't know anybody. I knew a lot of saltwater people from my days in saltwater. But, so I just kind of rolled into the ALA, didn't know a soul. Just kind of signed up and started meeting and interacting with people. So if you've never been to an aquarium show, even if you have to go by yourself, I highly recommend you go. I know Scott wouldn't be lonely there, but if you don't know anyone, just go and introduce yourself to people, start talking, go to the banquets, and just get to know people. I mean, that's the best way to do it, is just kind of, I guess punch fear in the face and just, kind of punch fear in the face and just go, kind of like they say on the, I'm drawing a blank, sorry. 3 big shows. Yeah, I can see that, Scott. Yep, I met AJ there too. So, I met a lot of really cool people at that event. And I literally just walked in. I remember I was sitting in the, literally sitting in the lobby of the hotel, and out come Corey and Joel. And I literally just walked up to him and said, "Hey, I'm Mike with the Fish Tank Barn." Because Joel, I was posting about my barn on Joel's channel. And so that's kind of where it started. So, yeah, I get it, Susan. I'm kind of an introvert, but I can like pull the extrovert side out of me when I need to. I'll call it. But yeah, I kind of just pulled it out and just was like, I can kind of like, I guess for me, I can just make it be extrovert when I need to be. The time where I really get introverted though is in like the huge group. So yeah, Joseph, I really do appreciate your passion as well. For sure. So I hope you're done. And speaking of, I guess Joseph in the Virgin Islands and I guess that part of the world, everyone down there stay safe with the hurricane. So if you're in any of those areas, and I guess it's even affecting Macna as well, which is this weekend. So any of you guys down at Macna, stay safe down there. So if the hurricane blows through like Orlando, so definitely stay safe. I live in Michigan. I mean, literally, literally, it's kind of one of those. It's one of those things we don't have in Michigan, so I don't know how to relate to it. I mean, literally, I've come to the conclusion that Michigan is really the safest place on earth. I mean, we don't have poisonous snakes, we don't have hurricanes, we have a spare tornado occasionally, but really that's about it. And some snow, but other than that, that's pretty much it. So apparently we have visitors into the barn, but other than snow, that's really it.
Is it showing you?
Yeah. So the slime doctors are here.
Okay.
Get out your chair.
So I'm not getting out of my chair, but go ahead and say what you have.
I have some explaining to do. We will be gone, and the reason we will be gone is because on Tuesday,
go back to
September
school.
3rd, we will be back to school. And Katie will tell, hey, put that thumb down. And Katie's going to tell you when we will be back.
Ow! So since we have to go back to school, we will be back on next summer, snow days, winter break, spring break,
Any breaks?
any breaks like that, and that's when we will be back.
Cool.
So
All right.
this is our last time being here.
All right.
Adios.
Adios.
Have
Adios.
fun listening to this
boring
person
fish guy.
for the next 9 months. Have fun. Enjoy yourself.
All right. So
Yep. Bye-bye.
good luck at school, and I will see you in the house in 40 minutes.
No, we'll see you later, alligator.
No, we won't. No, we won't.
Okay, fine. Won't come back.
I'm sure they'll be back.
No, we won't. I promise. We won't be back.
All right. So that is the slime folks. So she was in the last. Chelsea, the older one, was in the last video about the garden. So she did spearhead a lot of the garden. She did that all on her own. So yeah, not Nola Jane. That's just kind of what they do for now. Like they said a minute ago, they'll be back for winter breaks and stuff. Maybe they'll probably move on from then. But what they do. So Chelsea is actually the one that does babysit the fish when I'm gone. No, they're not going to be at Aquashella, King and Queen. That's Chelsea's birthday. that the Saturday of Aquashella, so I don't think she's down with coming. I think their friends are going to be here, and basically they'll heckle me when I get home. So, but yeah, it's definitely need to. I'm trying to get them in the hobby. Maybe we'll get them to do a tank. But from now, it's it's one of those things. I think I missed a question from Chewy. I'll go up here real quick and see what other questions we've got. Let's see. I know I missed something from Chewy. Where was it? All right. What is in my sump? Any plants or small fish? Literally, the sump has literally nothing in it. It literally has basically not nothing, but hold on. Let me flip the camera. And I'll show it to you again. So basically, in here is some filter floss, and then there's basically some bio balls, and there may have been a stray plant or two that got in there, but that was really it. So let me put you guys back over here to the fish again. So sorry about the. I need to get like a switcher. So that I can actually switch it like without having to go up here into Streamlabs and switch it. So yeah, Scott's. Why does no one believe I'm shy? We're not, I don't know. So let me see what else. So we're gonna hit the. We'll start hitting the Facebook posts of the week here. I found some pretty interesting ones actually. So some of these are actually kind of fun. I figured that since the topic today was kind of a sad topic with basically how I've managed to flood my fish barn twice in a week. I figured pick some uplifting topics here. So we'll go to the first one here. So this is the fun one. Eventually there will be a interview with Matt Pedersen here on the channel. I'm still busy finishing up editing it. Actually was going to send it over to him last weekend, but didn't get there. But this one is basically after all these years, we thought we've seen it all. Nope. So apparently somebody made lightning maroon clownfish leggings. So they're like a scuba diving shop, I think this is. And so somebody made these. Somebody made these leggings for like scuba divers. So this so Otter Creek is here. So the lightning maroon clownfish spandex. So I guess if Corey's looking for a new aquarium co-op product, I think the Murphy spandex thing would be good. You know, do a little bit of a Murphy spandex. Maybe a guppy one too, you know, get a little bit of a tail on it maybe. So, yeah, there's basically the clownfish patterns on that. Oh boy, William Jansen's, we need you to pose in those. No, I won't delete this one at all. Heck, I'm gonna post a link on Liz's channel. Oh boy. So I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. I kind of thought it was funny. So, hold on, Susan. Let me get my. All right, so hold on. Let me get. So Susan, that's the lightning maroon clownfish, right there. And then if we go back, those are the leggings. Hey Melvin, how's it going? So once again, we've got clownfish, and then we've got the leggings. So the clownfish is fine. The lightning maroon is just a fish. I mean, it literally is just a. It's just a fish, and it was just like a. It's honestly just clothing. It's been going around the saltwater world quite a bit. So these guys, I wouldn't put anything too risque on here. I mean, that's probably about the limit. Actually, I stumbled upon these leggings, Scott, basically on Facebook. So all of these come from Facebook. Just because it's kind of like get some different content, answer some questions. So there's actually a lightning maroon clownfish website, and just one of those things. It was just came up, and all the Magnus stuff's going around this week, and so it's just one of those things that kind of caught my eye on Facebook. And I figured we all needed to laugh. It sounds like a lot of people have had a tough week. Facebook is as bad as Walmart. So we'll get to the second post now. Alright, so this is actually kind of a more positive post. So this is the basically from our aquarium club, and it was on there. I saw some other places too, but basically it's A&M, which is a saltwater distributor near me, and basically they came out with a new biodegradable box, which I thought was pretty cool. It was this green box basically could do a variety of different things. It's biodegradable. It's definitely changing the industry for the better. So I got to go to see A&M long before I did YouTube, unfortunately, or else I would have filmed it. But it's a pretty amazing place, and it's in Lansing, Michigan. So if you ever get to go to some places like this, take the opportunity. I did this with the Saltwater Club many years ago, but definitely something worth seeing if you ever get a chance to go. There's nothing like seeing basically like a 2-story protein skimmer. But yeah, I thought this was good. Especially with the goldfish thing and some of the other things going on. Hey, Rounded Rob, how you doing? And then from there, we're gonna go ahead. Let's hold on a second. What do you guys need?
Hi, hello there.
Oh, they're back again. All right, so let's hit the.
You were never here before.
You're Val Maleficent. Who are you talking about?
Now,
No, you're not.
Maleficent, you may come up and do this.
Ooh.
Who said
Hey,
no?
hey, Aquafunk, or how's it going?
Can they see us?
No, I'll flip you over. Hold on a second. So the slime doctors have come back again.
Hey,
No, we
we're
were
not
never
the slime
here.
doctors. We're Mal and Maleficent.
All right, go ahead and say what you guys have to say.
Okay, so me and Mal will not be back because we have a show called Descendants 3 on Tuesday nights.
Okay, I will explain more. What?
Aquafunk.
And we will be back on show day, show breaks. Stop, Chelsea. You'll be back on show breaks and holiday
Why
breaks.
did you call me Chelsea? That's not my name.
See? And, and holiday breaks, and what does that say? We cast.
Hey, Dr. Black, how's it going?
This is what she said.
No, we cast.
Now I can't read today.
Yes, no, tell me what it says and I'll read it.
We will be back on the show, on
this
show
word.
breaks and holiday breaks for the cast.
Cast. We hope the slime doctors invite us back next summer.
Thank you for our time, and we hope to see you again. So, adios.
Adios. All right, so since Scott brought it up, we will show the leggings again.
What leggings?
Ooh, you're wearing some Speedo
So,
leggings?
no.
Speedo. One day he was wearing Speedo leggings with a big hole on the side.
Speedo shorts. They're pretty hilarious.
So those are the lighting maroon leggings. Just so you guys, just so you guys get there.
Just a little, totally. See you later. Boo! Have fun.
So if you guys want some lightning maroon leggings, go ahead. All right, so we hit up the A&M new green box, and we'll hit the next post of the week here. So basically, Candy, the only thing I was wearing were some shorts that were too tight. I kind of, unfortunately, outgrew them. And they've made names for them like Speedo shorts, but they weren't Speedos. So that's basically it. So the next one here, you guys can chime in on this as well. But what fish can I stock a 5-gallon tank with besides a betta? So actually, I thought of quite a few. I was kind of thinking of this as I was kind of driving around. As I was kind of like riding around to the suppliers today where I was visiting. But Endler's is a good one, JH. I kind of thought of like a bunch of the small like nano live bears, Daphnia shrimp, kind of stuff like golden teddies, those killifish, and then it's my story, Real Tanks. Guppies is. I think someone mentioned that in the comments. Neons. Some smaller corridors maybe. I don't know. Corey's I'm kind of ambivalent on, or I'm kind of on the fence on, just because you should keep about 6. Like stuff like the Micropicilia picta, which is like the picta guppy. The micro picta guppy. What do you think of what else? There's something else I had in my mind, like golden teddies, tiger teddies, stuff like that. Also, some of the smaller rasboras, like the chili rasbora, stuff like that. Dwarf gourami, maybe even like a paradise fish. So, think of anything else. You could actually, honestly, I could think Ember Tetra is another one. Let me think of one. There's something else I was thinking of. Oh, you can do clownfish in there. I have actually seen someone keep clownfish in a 5-gallon, like a breeding pair. You could do them in a 5-gallon. I wouldn't do it. I like the bigger tanks, but I have seen somebody do it before with like the Ocellaris, Clown Killy. Yeah, there's quite a few different things you can do. You could even maybe Gadiads are probably a little bit too big. I think that's really kind of it. I think it's too small for. Okay, yep. JH is individual killifish in a 1.5 gallon. Yeah, I think there's a lot of fish nano fish out there you can keep in something like that. Yeah, Rasboros, Daniels. I think you could even. I was thinking. I thought about dotty backs for saltwater, but I think those are too. I think 5's a little too small. I think they're just too angry. Like the fish would be fine from like a bioload perspective, but I think they're a little bit too angry from like a personality to go in that small of a tank. Feeder goldfish. No, I think that's too small. Especially long term. I mean, I can show you the feeder goldfish I have, and they would not go in a 5 gallon. Yeah, I mean, you got to keep up with your water changes for sure, Joseph. But it was an interesting question because I know that Primetime Aquatics did a video on this as well. So definitely check that out. And then let me think of anything else. You might be able to get away with a rice fish maybe. I've not kept rice fish enough to know. Yeah, you definitely have to get some water movement with an air stone or something like that as well. So that's kind of all I've got for that post anyway. So let's go back here to the screen, and we'll go to this one. Sorry. And so basically, is there anything you guys want to see? Because I've got the mobile camera, so we can go ahead and I can walk around a little bit and show you guys what's going on. So, we talked about the angelfish. We talked about the plywood tank, which I'll probably be putting water in tomorrow. But I did film that just to show you guys kind of what's going on with that. Let's see what else. Is anything else going on in here of note at the moment? Nope. I do have quite a few fish that I need to, in the next couple of weeks, get ready to take in for BAP points. I was going to do it last month, but they didn't have it. So, alright, so I guess I'll show you some of the fish upstairs. I'll show you, I guess, kind of the aftermath of the leak a little bit. Just be warned that the barn is a little bit of a mess. Just because I've been literally tearing tanks apart and stuff. So let me go ahead and get the audio switched here. All right. So do you guys have audio of me right now? Can I get an audio check real quick? I'll put you guys on the discus. And then I will flip you guys to that picture. Alright, so let's take a little bit of a walk around here. The tanks are a mess because I've been in work mode, kind of getting all this stuff fixed. So if you look here, these are the goldfish. I basically have these guys right now in... and I have a bunch of valve snares here that I've got to find homes for. We'll pick some of the other cleaner tanks here. You guys saw the breeding angelfish. These are up here, some Mica splendens grow out. Some steel nebula guppies. And then let's go ahead and flip around here. As I almost pass out here. So I've got to clean this up a little bit, but there's the saltwater tank. Got the butterfly fish. Coming back here, this is the South American tank with the background. Just so you guys know, I can't see the chat when I'm kind of walking around, so you're gonna have to bear with me for a minute until I get back. But that's the South American tank. And then let's take a step back here. And for now, I'm going to keep the Severums in here. But these are a pair of Rio Nene Severums. There's some Green Dragon Plecos in here as well. See if there's anything else floating around down here. These are, I got these from Sergeant Tank at the Grand Valley Aquarium Club, but these are some Xenotania Resolane, which are the leopard gadiid. Definitely, I'm looking forward to seeing how these guys grow up. This are some golden guppies. So it's basically like a gold delta guppy. That's a female right there. I got a bunch of algae in here, which I kind of like to keep the tanks with algae in it. These are some half black, any other color. I got these actually at a guppy show. And then we've got here some golden Scyphia. So Scyphia francese. And then let's head up as I kind of navigate the mess I've made here. I got some crooked pictures. Upstairs is actually a lot better. Give you guys a little bit of a walk here. So I've got the zebra obliquidans. Got a ton of fry in here. I took a bunch of the cichlids out of this tank, but I have some ideas for what I'm going to put in here. There are some fry in here that I need to fish out of here. See if I can find 10 for some BAP points. We've got the these guys are pretty it's pretty unbalanced, this tank, with the males, but these are the Pundamilia nairi. So looks like I really need to work on the glare in here a little bit. And then these are the Amica splendens adults. This one just gave birth, so it's pretty skinny right now. But so you got the male there. These are pretty cool fish. And then we've got a bunch of, I want to show you the Santa Maria Endlers. So these are the Santa Maria Endlers. They're coloring up pretty nicely, so Dan did a really good job on these. Getting this line to basically, I've not seen any that are really like cullable. You know, as we go through here, you know, that one's pretty solid. I think that's the original fish, actually, the original male I had. But if you look at some of the fry as well, I mean, these are looking pretty stunning as well. I mean, that one right there, maybe because there's not enough black on it, but I think that's like the only one out of all the males that are in here. So these guys have been pretty prolific. And then we've got just over here to show you some turquoise guppies. These are pretty cool as well. And then we've got some cobra endlers here as well. So got quite a few live bears. Still fighting the cyano in the clownfish tanks. I have some ideas on this. I just haven't had a chance, but if you want to see a live lightning maroon, so there is a live lightning maroon right there. These fish are all darting the rocks, but there are some Chindongo de Masoni. These are a Cares Imbuna. And before we lose the light at 10 o'clock, let's go ahead and hop back over to the final tanks over here. Just real quick. We're still kind of in a state of putting this back together. But if you look here, those are the metallic live bearers. Those are one of the fish I would put in a 5-gallon tank at least to start. I don't know if I would keep them there long term, but these are some of my favorite fish. I'm in the barn right now. I've got some very small Limia tridents. And then let's see what other wonderful fish we got back here. All right, this is a mess. I know I need to clean it up, but we've got some Cyprochromis leptosoma Katoomba jumbo, along with some Lelupis. We've got some Cracodon lateralis over here. And we've got a bunch of Scyphia multipunctata that are over here. And Xenotoca lion's eye over here. Mark Bryant these as well. So pretty excited about that. I found these a few days ago. Looks like these have been in here a while actually. Some of those are pretty large. Oh boy, it looks like we lost a fish over here. So I'm not going to show you that, but we did lose these ones. I got from Gary Liu. And sorry about the algae, but this is Haplochromis species blue obliquitans. And, oh, it's the rainbow fish. Let me pull that fish out. Get that fish out of there. That happens sometimes, so if we can find them in here. These are some Tropheus Cumwera conchezza. That's basically the, I'll focus on the name right there. So you guys can see the name. And then, let's see what other fish I can find for you. There's some Limia sulfurophylla in here. You won't see them probably with all the guppy grass. But see anything else? I'm gonna head back down just because one, we're gonna lose light at 10 o'clock, so I don't want to be fumbling around here in the dark. And then we got the rest of the tanks over here. All right, so we're back. Let me get all the stuff muted that I need. All right, turn the mic. Yeah, there's almost getting close to 70 tanks in here. Yeah, Scott, I know you don't have to look for your fish, but some of them, like the Limias, I just have a ton of guppy grass in there. So it's one of those things where, I use it to hide the fry. Yeah, Scott, we need 10 fry in our club. So now the cool thing is the saltwater club, for the marine breeding initiative, you only need one. Just because saltwater fish are so hard to breed, honestly, it just takes one fish and you can get the BAP points for it. But yeah, the freshwater club, it's 10. I honestly think it should be 1. That's my opinion, but I don't run the Breeders' Reward program, so obviously play by the rules. But yeah, you just need, in my opinion, this is just Mike's personal opinion. I mean, if you raise one fish to basically like adulthood, in my opinion, you've bred that fish. But that's my opinion, and that comes from a different place, though. From the saltwater side, where basically it's it's tough to raise those fish. I mean, you're doing rotifers, and it's pretty tough. And then you start getting into the pelagic spawners like the angelfish and stuff. I mean, you're doing some stuff for sure. So yep, Susan. Dr. Black is next. I do want to kind of go through the live stream schedule a little bit. Promote everyone's live streams just because it's really important. I think to promote everybody because it's there's a lot of people who put a lot of time into doing YouTube. So it's definitely definitely give everyone your support. I know JH has been going live sometimes on Fridays and then also on Sundays. So definitely check him out. He's at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then obviously Tuesday you've got Susan from SLC Aquatics who goes before me. And then also check out her newsletter. I believe that's coming out very soon. I didn't have a chance to check your video out today, Susan, your stream. I was still kind of making my way back from work. But then you've got Chris from Multi-Tank Addiction who is going he's going right before me. And then he also goes Sunday mornings. Also Sunday, since we'll roll through that, you've got D from Down the Wormhole at noon. Then you go to the trifecta of the Aquafunk, Susie Q, and you go to King and Queen Cichlids at 8 o'clock. And then Just Shrimp Granny does go on. I think it was like 9:30 Eastern time as well. And then going through the rest of the week, obviously you've got Corvus normally on Mondays and Fridays at this point. Used to do Wednesdays, I'm not sure. Then you've got Corey is on Wednesday normally. And then also make sure you check out Dan's Fish as well. I really enjoyed Dan's live streams. So check out Corey and Dan on Wednesday. And then Thursday, you've got Madfish Diva. You've got KG Tropicals. Duh. Sorry. And then if I miss anyone, I apologize. Let me know, and I'll make sure to shout you guys out because it's it's important to bring awareness to everybody. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of people who put a lot of time into this. And if you're sitting on the other side of the camera, it's definitely something that's pretty hard to do. At least for me, it was a steep learning curve. I had to learn how to edit videos, get in front of the camera, and do all that stuff. So definitely support all these guys. If you know anyone in here who has a channel as well, please sub up to them as well. Let me see. And then Friday, you've got Joel again. You've got Lucas as well. And then I know that Haley from Oddball Aquatics, she goes live. I don't know if she has a schedule. And then you also have got Rob goes on Wednesdays. I think he's every other Wednesday. And then there's a member one in between. He goes like Wednesday morning. And then almost forgot about Bob. And then Bob's going... at least for this month, he's going, I think, Monday, Wednesday, Friday live streams. And then I think he's doing videos on the other days other than Sundays. Yeah, King, Queen, definitely get to bed. I'm about 2 seconds behind you. I'm definitely kind of losing steam a little bit. And then we got Dr. Black, goes right after me. And then we've got Pam from 54 Punchy as well. Goes on Wednesday evenings. I think a little bit later. I think after Dan. So I guess that'd be like almost 11 Eastern my time. Unfortunately, I've never actually been able to catch Pam just because I'm not that much of a night owl. But so let me go ahead and put myself back up here. Put the cichlids away. So I'm back. So we're definitely been on now for 56 minutes. So I do appreciate you guys coming on tonight. Sorry it was Pam's a late night. I'm not that much of a night owl. I have been being more of a night owl than I used to be. I mean, I used to go to bed at 10 like clockwork, and now it's kind of pushing 11. So yeah, late night party. I've done that before, but at this point I'm getting a little old for that. So I guess if you guys have any last minute questions for me, I know we gotta get Dr. Black on here in about 4 minutes, so don't want to overrun my time. Oh boy. Older than you think, Pam. Oh, we'll play a game. How old do you think I am? Because I think I think I look younger than I actually am. No. Pam's close, actually. Take a couple years off of that, and then you're pretty close. Pam actually got it pretty close. Oh boy. Nope. 43. I guess last couple of years have made me look older. I've kind of noticed the gray hole, 43. Pam, you're close. Yeah, Pam's got it. 29. Yeah, 29 is the bright one. But yeah, we were talking today with the people I was traveling with, and they were just like, you're that, and I'm like, yeah. So my dad's had that. Yeah. So obviously check out the Patreons and everything, everyone's channels too, because I'm fortunate enough to I make do pretty well with my day job, so I can kind of fund a little bit of this, and it's not terrible, but I know not everyone's in that position. The same age as my daughter, young. Yeah, I guess I'm still young. I don't feel it some days, but yeah. So with that being said, guys, it's 9:58, so we're gonna go ahead and we'll get Dr. Black on here. But I do appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you check out your local aquarium club. Go ahead and if you're going to Aquashella, hit up Aquashella and the Aquatic Experience. I'll be there at both. And then that being said, stay fishy, keep on breeding, and I will catch you on the next one.